Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Season 1, Episode 3, Ghosts of Illyria. Thank you so much, Albert, for sponsoring this show. I've loved the first couple of episodes. Without further ado, let's go.
The planet is regularly swept by ion storms, one of which is fast approaching.
Oh, great.
Shelters are pretty old. We should get everyone back to the Enterprise.
All right, everyone, pack up your data and head to the rendezvous
Why do I
point
feel
for
like not
transport.
everyone's making it back?
Spock, this is Pike. Come in.
The storm must be interfering. I'll go grab it.
No.
Why is that significant? Has someone been looking at the genetic supplies or something? Or they're like sciencey supplies?
Engineering to transporter. Try it now.
I was about to say,
How did you?
I am a
this
genius.
is why I'm never...
Move quickly.
You are a genius.
Copy.
This is why I'm never going to ever use a teleporter. As though there was ever a possibility of me using a teleporter.
Better not be out of miracles, Mr. Kyle.
I'm looking forward to reading.
Great. How about we get to the rendezvous point before the storm overtakes us so you can?
I don't think you're getting teleported.
Find shelter until the storm passes, and quickly.
Copy number one.
It would be these two.
Suggestions, Mr. Spock.
Run.
I mean, I do approve of that suggestion right now.
Ensign Lance, you alright?
It's too dark in here.
Okay, it's been a
What
long
happened
day
to
for all
him
of
down
us,
there?
but
Was he exposed to
maybe
some
this
kind
is
of
something you should,
chemical?
you know.
Yeah, he's not okay.
Protect
Oh no. Are all of them who are on the surface going to be attracted to light now? Oh dear. Is she aware enough to know that's bad? No. No, she's not.
Are you feeling all right?
I'm okay.
Don't
Better come
lie.
down here.
I know you're in charge and so you feel like you need to keep in control, but tell the truth.
Vitamin D.
Offshore levels in the red.
I'll take pills for that.
Outside of this and the apparent them seems to have missed you. I'd like to take a blood sample nonetheless.
Is it because she
Commander?
managed to glow?
Of course.
Very
Have you
interesting.
been able to reach the captain or Mr. Spock?
So was it something that happened to them on the surface, something they were exposed to, or was it something to do with the way they were transported up with the ion storm and the delay and...
Still too much interference with...
Stabilizers. I will run a level 5
Something
diagnostic.
happened.
Doctor thinks they were exposed to something on the surface.
You two feeling any... Oh, great.
Apologies, the signals
This meeting was, this like, communication was just enough to freak Pike out
again.
about
The
his crew.
storm's interference is too strong.
Computer, show me everything you have on Illyrian genetic modification specifically related to disease control.
Working.
Security needs to keep an eye out for anyone exhibiting strange behavior.
You can tell her
Illyrians.
that you are.
You think this contamination?
You don't grow up with a bioengineered mass murderer as your ancestor and not develop a thick skin.
Khan Noonien Singh.
Made
She is
myself a kind of an
very
expert on him when I was a kid.
interesting backstory.
I'd hope that someone with your last name would know that snap judgments made on genetics are faulty at best.
She's attracted to the light. Is it something that happened to number 1? Is she
Individuals
spreading
are
it?
so much more.
Dark in here.
She's exhibiting symptoms and she was not in the landing party.
On.
Is Spock at least doing some light reading?
I believe there is a human phrase. A washed kettle never
Exactly
boils.
It's
what I
up high.
said.
And in this case, there are sick people on my ship. We're stuck
I know,
down
you're
here.
just stressed, but there's nothing you can
I
do.
don't like feeling helpless.
Pacing
Trust your
relentlessly
crew
back
to
and
deal with
forth
it.
will not change these. This group was attempting to reverse its DNA modifications to gain entry. De-engineering themselves, as it were.
Tell me you saw that too.
Oh, I did.
I did.
Are
Although
those
what
the
I saw
Illyrians?
exactly, I'm not sure.
Is that what's infected the crew? Is one of them inside? They look like little light goblins, light beings. They're freaking ghosts of Illyria.
Shouldn't have affected the lights.
Please stop messing around in here.
Why did he not want him to look? What are you protecting? Or is he infected? And he knew. Oh, he turned the light out to stop him looking at the... What are you doing? I like you. I mean, I don't really know you. But what I've seen, I liked you until you started acting shady.
Got
Is it coming to say hi? It is!
Indeed.
And it can make contact. Great.
I went to bed.
Make yourself at home. Is it dark in
Like
there?
this?
She
Pee that way.
She put herself in darkness. Do we need to force them into darkness?
The contagion travels on light.
What are you up to, Doctor?
What's the one thing we can control that counteracts the light? Dark hates light, light hates dark. So
We
we
could
turn
turn
off
out
the lights.
every single
We have a
light.
sick bay full of patients who are essentially light addicts. Virus is going to make them very uncomfortable.
Can we sedate
Would
them?
it be too intrusive to sedate all of them?
Given the alternative.
Uh-huh. Lights out on the Enterprise. That looks like it. Did it come through? Oh, fuck.
You're transporting a piece of the planet's
Jesus
core.
Christ.
Mantle, to be precise. I want to feel the radiance on my skin.
Oh, yeah.
Almost just a few seconds more and it'll be here.
You need to sedate him and turn it off immediately.
Hammer! Stop!
I mean, yeah, stunning him works too. She's infected and she's pretending she isn't, and it's stressing me out.
No entry describing the creatures causing harm to the colonists.
Are they the colonists? They're like
Layers
essence
of
or
plumbing.
something.
Ionization levels in the storm are now lethal to organic matter.
Oh lord. Would it want to protect them from the storm?
Ground.
Is it sheltering them? Or is it making it worse? What lovely glowy creatures.
You took my blood earlier. Did you find anything that could help synthesize a cure?
Just because
I've already come down with it.
Yes.
And my immune system did what it was bioengineered to do. I didn't tell you. I'm an Illyrian.
Holy shit.
Would that even work?
Holy
Very
shit, she's an
unique.
Illyrian. Is that a known thing or a new
Why are you
revelation?
feeling you're about to... So I'm protected, but I can't help anyone else.
perhaps if I was there at the moment you were infected.
Warp core containment field has been deactivated.
Oh lord.
Recon-
She got up. Oh my
Warning.
god.
Warp core containment field has been deactivated.
It's going so well.
Be flooded with light.
Danger of exposure to
Did you not think to grab a
radiation.
blaster or something? Stun her?
It's me, La'an. You know me. I'm your friend.
You lied to me every day for years. What kind of friend is that?
30%.
Fuck, is she over
You're an
here?
abomination, an augment. That's what the other kids call me when they heard my name. Augment monster. Like you are.
She's ill.
Radiation levels are now toxic. Warp core breach imminent.
That's why she glowed.
They were unable to save the colonists because they are the colonists.
Mm-hmm.
How?
That's
I
what my
found mention
initial...
of some odd behavior in reaction to... It would seem, even in death, they wanted us to be aware of who they really were.
Yeah. Stressful times still happening everywhere else on the ship, but
When
that
does
was
this
lovely.
spy?
Had they not tried to reverse their augmentation, they may not have all died.
Interesting question, isn't it? Because obviously, like, the arguments against genetic modification are so valid, but maybe there need to be parameters on it rather than just an outright blanket no. Or like, if your species has done it before, don't do it further, but you don't have to undo it.
As I was stopping her, she got a bad dose of radiation, and so did I. Apparently, my body cured both of us before I re-engaged the field.
That's what
Ron
happens.
is not an Illyrian. Her proximity to the commander created chimeric antibodies in her system.
This is
I
fascinating.
was able to synthesize them into a cure before they set.
This show is so well done and so fascinating.
I can't seem to remember.
Thanks.
You need to talk to each other.
I mean, we're friends.
Yes. And also, no.
Exactly. There's a lot of complicated
All my
feelings
life,
here.
I've hated augments.
Illyrians seek collaboration with nature
So interesting.
by bioengineering our bodies.
Why hide it from me?
I've been hiding it from a lot of people.
I imagine from the Federation, right? Exactly. It's a lot to process and deal with. But maybe some opinions and prejudices can be loosened, reevaluated.
Rejected.
Sir.
I don't care where you come from. You're the best first officer in the
I mean, I knew he wasn't going to accept her resignation.
Thank you, sir, but I feel obligated to point. You shelter me, they could come after you too.
I welcome that discussion. One thing became clear to me on Hediment 9. Illyrians are severely misunderstood. Your actions in the crisis.
It was your medical transporter that inhibited the biofilters.
Okay, he
The
is
new
doing something
transporters
shady.
keep biofilter and pattern and Hemmer's diagnostic.
What is he hiding?
Not what?
Who?
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 Rukia. My daughter. A year ago, she was diagnosed with sudden leukemia. Brutal disease. You'd think I'd be able to do something about it.
What pain are you carrying around?
Somewhere out there is a planet that has the discovery I need. Only you.
I mean, I don't know how ethical what he's doing is, but I also think it kind of... I understand it, personally. And, like, can we rematerialize her, upgrade the system, and then put her back?
Can't endanger our crew for one life. Before you return me to Starfleet, I thought I might have a chance to spend a little more time with my daughter.
Jesus Christ. It's cheerful.
I'll provide a dedicated power source direct from the warp core. We can ensure it never happens again.
This is lovely, but also so interesting. Like,
I look forward to meeting her one day.
I love the way this show is kind of acknowledging that maybe there are some flaws with Starfleet's Federation and everything. And moves working around them and looking out for each other first and foremost. I love it.
Hi, Dad. Story time?
Dr. Mabenga stopped hiding today. Just a little. And for once, I did too. And he defended me. Told me I was exemplary. What if I hadn't saved all those lives? Would Captain feel the same?
No. I mean,
what would he do if I wasn't a hero? When will it be enough to just be an Illyrian? Delete log entry.
Yes.
Log entry deleted.
Okay, this episode raised some really interesting questions. I have no idea whether number 2 being number 1, that is her name, right? I can't remember what her actual name is. I need to like Google it and write down like, oh, like look at IMDb for like this episode and just write down names of the characters. Was it always known that she's an Illyrian? Because I think she's a pre-existingly known character before this. Like, I feel like when she showed up on Discovery, or when she was mentioned on Discovery, she wasn't in it much, my mum was like, oh yes, I know of that character, but I could also be making that up. The fact that she's an Illyrian and the whole concept of the Illyrians, I know the name. I think it's also like in a fantasy thing, but I feel like I've heard it in this. The idea of genetic tweaking and genetic engineering is something that, as we progress in our own science, is something we're facing as a civilization. How ethical is it? How far do you take it? And I think there are arguments for it and there are arguments against it. And honestly, I feel like you just need to set some boundaries in place. You need to make sure that things aren't pushed too far, but when that technology is out there, someone is always going to be pushing it. It is a big question, and I think just blanketly being like, Illyrian's bad, no, is obviously not the right way to go. But it depends if they're... it's such a big question, and it's not a question that anyone can solve in one reaction. I loved how they tackled it, both with acknowledging that if the Illyrians on this particular colony hadn't tried to remove their enhancements, they'd have survived. They wouldn't have died. And then contrasting that with the fact that she is, number 1, is still an Illyrian, an augmented Illyrian. The fact that she still has these enhancements meant she was able to both survive and save the rest of the crew. Is there a chance that if she's standing next to Pike, when whatever happens to him happens in 10 years, she can be like, and then he'll get some Chimera, like, Healy times? But it was a huge huge deal that she revealed that, because I mean, of course she was never going to let everyone die when there was a way for her to save everyone. But she could have let them all die, and she could have just been like, oh, I don't know what happened. They're all dead. Oh no, I survived somehow. And prayed Starfleet didn't look too closely at her medicals, but then they never have done before. But she did choose to do the right thing, and she chose to save everybody. Again, of course she did. And she didn't try to say, oh, I have this, there was this cure I got for this disease when I was a kid once. Or, I mean, she didn't try to come up with an excuse. She just told the truth when it mattered. And you can understand why she hadn't told the truth, because she would have been barred from her dream had she been upfront about it. Definitely, I think Starfleet should reconsider its negotiation or its policy on Illyrians, and it also doesn't seem like Illyrians are just like one centralized government. Like, are there different factions? Is there a faction that is like, oh yeah, we're going to do all the crazy genetic modifications, fuck it, and then a one that's more sensible? And again, the concept she said of how instead of changing planets to suit them, they changed themselves to suit the planets was a really interesting idea as well. But then there are also the warnings, the dangers of genetic modification. So I don't think the black and white approach is the right one here, and they raise some really interesting questions. And a question at the end about like, what would the captain have done if I wasn't one of the good ones? Would he have championed me? Now, no, but I don't, and I get where she's coming from, and I also do understand that like you shouldn't have to be a hero to be championed. I think if he knew you as a person and you were just a good person, he would have championed you. If he knew you were a shady character who stole from people and was only in Starfleet to try and do some sneaky stuff, he would not have championed you. But of course he wouldn't, whoever you were in that scenario. But it's definitely true, and you can see that with minorities in the real world, that there is a thing of being the hero, the good version, the example one. And I can see why that would have hit close to home, him using that wording with her. But I think what he meant was, you are the sort of example that can be used to show Starfleet Illyrians aren't all bad. And obviously there is the counter side of that like Illyrians shouldn't have to be perfect to be enough. And I 100% agree with that. But when Starfleet are going to be like, all genetic modifications are bad, she is an example of how they aren't and how they can help. But it also is a very complex issue when you start being like, that's a good one of the thing that we're scared of, that's a bad one. It's a huge moral dilemma. And again, seeing security chief lady, I need to look at, I'm going to try and get their names written down so this doesn't keep happening, because my brain fog, I was like, maybe by this long I'd know her name. Her surname's like Ahan or Han or Chan or something like that. More of her backstory, that she is descended from someone that was a human that was doing the genetic modification, and how that has affected her. And you could definitely see why number one never felt open with telling her the truth, and why she was hurt by it. And I like that they were able to kind of get through that and come to like an understanding on it, because it's a very complex set of emotions and no one was pretending it wasn't. The illness itself, traveling through light, absolutely terrifying. I love the idea that the Illyrian colonists protected them from the storm because they were able to. There were just so many good twists and touches in this show. They really captured the essence of original Star Trek. And I personally enjoyed the first 2 seasons of Star Trek Discovery. I didn't mind that it was different from the original Star Trek, because they weren't trying to say this is the exact same thing as the original Star Trek, if you know what I mean. If they had been, I would have been like, but with this show, they really have captured the essence of it, and I'm absolutely loving it. I love the character dynamics and the fact that, they look out for each other first. I am a sucker for found families, and there is real elements of that here. This crew looks out for each other. Number one has proven herself that she is a good person. So if Starfleet were to try and be like, oh, you need to go to prison for lying, he'd be like, well, look, she's a really valuable person. Similarly, the Doctor, I mean, ethically, is it ethical to keep your daughter sneakily on a ship? Like, I truly don't believe he would have, if he'd have had even a shadow of a question that this could have put anyone else in danger, he wouldn't have done it. But of course they should try and save her. And if you really can store people in transporters, why? It's kind of similar to the idea of nowadays cryogenically freezing people isn't a real thing and it doesn't really work, but there is that idea of cryogenically freezing somebody until there is a cure for their disease. The idea, why don't we put people with these kind of illnesses who have very short life expectancies into like, do this teleporter business? For a lot of people, I know it would take power, but that's a really good idea, a good way to keep people alive and give them time to maybe one day get the cure. That should be something that more people should do. It's obviously risky him doing it without telling anybody, because it had the consequences that we see now, and they weren't able to properly diagnose it. If the problem had been to do with his transporter, they wouldn't have known. It definitely posed a risk and was very reckless, but I love the way she understood, and she was just like, no, we're going to help you. And I wondered, like, has she told Pike about that, or is that just a secret between the two of them? This is a very, very promising third episode. Like, every episode of the show I've enjoyed, and I think the beginning being this strong is very promising for where this show is going next. Thank you so much, Albert, for sponsoring, and thank you for watching.